10th thriller web series on Netflix. We are more than equipped to recommend thrillers if there is one genre we know a lot about. What could be more satisfying than a sensation of tense suspense interwoven with action sequences and high-stake romances? It will be even great if it's available on Netflix in bingeable form, so the next time you're looking for titillating thrills that won't let up simply because one episode has ended, check out these Netflix thrillers. So let's start the video without any further delay. Number 1. American Crime Story. FX's magnificent award-winning miniseries began with O.J. Simpson's murder trial, which gripped and altered a nation, and continued with the second season on the assassination of designer Gianni Versace. Admire the murderous cast likeness to their real-life counterparts while you watch, pause, and replay and brace yourself for Cuba Gooding Jr.'s return. With the stellar cast, the Versace edition does a fantastic job as well. Number 2. Behind Her Eyes. If you've heard anything about Behind Her Eyes, the Netflix miniseries based on Sarah Pinborough's novel, you've definitely heard a lot about the final episode's wild ending. The program, it turns out, has about 20,000 twists, and though it isn't particularly terrific, the reward is quite tasty. When single mother Louise arrives at her new work in a psychiatrist's hospital, she discovers that the man she hooked up with the night before is her new boss. It all starts with a trashy twist as they wind up having a steamy affair and she befriends his needy wife. You'd be forgiven if they seemed like the setup for a raunchy but otherwise straightforward drama, and you'd be correct if you'd also be mistaken. It's stunning and strange. Don't you want to find out for yourself? Number 3. Bodyguard. The royalty and special protection branch of London's police service, as one might think, is in charge of a lot of difficult tasks. Bodyguard follows Officer David Budd, who's played by Richard Madden of Game of Thrones fame, in his high-risk position as the UK's Home Secretary bodyguard. Although Budd must devote himself to the politician's protection in the Netflix original, he's still suffering from PTSD after serving in Afghanistan and is uneasy after working for a prominent proponent of the war. Bodyguard is a political thriller at its best, depicting the multiple costs of Budd's employment, from his personal opinions to prospective attacks and building desires for a woman whose ideals he can't stand, never forgetting the drama. Number 4. Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is the quintessential Netflix show, despite the fact that it first aired on AMC. The rise and fall of Walter White and his co-conspirators Jesse, Skyler, Gus, and Mike is probably best experienced in wild, hedonistic weekend binges filled with moments of terrifying violence and droll humor. Many fans did not just do that during the show's 5-season run, binge-watching episodes on Netflix in preparation for must-see events that came during the final season. This show doesn't just entertain you, it consumes you. Number 5. Dare Me. Dare Me, a 10-part teen series that aired on USA, follows a group of high school cheerleaders as they become embroiled in a web of dark secrets after a new coach, who used to be a hotshot cheerleader, takes over the team. On paper, Dare Me may appear to be PG, but don't be fooled by the basic plot. It's really insane. There's vicious bullying, infidelity, obsession, and even murder, which isn't like the big red stole the Clovers act from Bring It On. The show occasionally goes a little too far into dramatic territory, but that's because it's the kind of soapy teen shows that's worth binging. You'll be rooting for this one, we promise. Number 6. Dirty John. Dirty John depicts the story of a serial thief and the incredibly trusting woman he targets, based on a long-form essay published by the Los Angeles Times in 2017 and a subsequent podcast. It's fairly faithful, follows the podcast storyline, which, despite sticking to the facts, grows increasingly ridiculous with each twist, and Banna and Breton give every infuriating detail a subtle human touch. Number 7. Fauda. Fauda, a frantically paced and politically charged melodrama with passages of white-knuckle suspense right out of Homeland or 24, is perhaps one of Netflix's best foreign-language shows. Fauda, on the other hand, focuses nearly as much time on the private lives of Palestinians as it does on gun-toting protagonists. Unlike those spy operas, it has a moral richness that's sometimes lacking in its more basic American counterparts. Number 8. Frontier. Frontier is a rousing Netflix and Discovery Channel Canada co-production about the cutthroat 18th century North American fur trade, and is a showcase for Jason Momoa's charismatic savagery. The adventure series is more akin to Breeze's syndicated fare-like Hercules, the legendary journeys, than it's to Momoa's story-making Game of Thrones, but if you squint hard enough at the proper moment, you'll think that it's called Drogo himself chopping off the poor sap's ear. Number 9. Hannibal. Hannibal, a remake of author Thomas Harris's cannibalistic supervillain Hannibal Lecter from Pushing Daisies showrunner Brian Fuller, is not for the faint of heart, unless you find pictures like a body covered in mushrooms or a creepy stack man beast strangely calming. It's remained a highly daring procedural ever since it initially appeared on a network TV, and with only 3 seasons, it's one of that's well worth picking up a fort for. You'll devour it despite the fact that it contains a good amount of bloodshed and spine-chilling terrors. Number 10. Money Heist. This Spanish import has become a wild world phenomenon, not simply as one of Netflix's most popular non-English series. The show, which follows a bunch of thieves as they plot an epic robbery, has prompted viewers to dress up in the cast characteristics uniform and pull off numerous pranks, as well as try to replicate their scenes in real life. That's a rare quality in television show. Money Heist, on the other hand, is one of the best heist thrillers on the market today, documenting in real time a plot to kidnap hostages at Spain's Royal Mint in order to print and steal money. As the robbery unfolds, every moment is thrilling, and the characters behind their mask, each dealing with their own personal agony, make the series cerebral as it's thrilling. Allow your obsession with Money Heist to inspire you to take over instead of robbing a bank. I hope you loved the video and or recommendations. Comment down below your favorite thriller web series, and do like and share the video with your friends and family if you don't want to miss any video from our channel. Then do hit the subscribe button to stay updated with our new videos. Thanks for watching!